Welcome to the One Before podcast. This is your co-host Seth Daily Podcast, and our other co-host is my other co-host is my co-host is is Houston chasing the graph. How are you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. Got to hang out by the pool for a little bit today and have a nice, relaxing day, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, did you get sunburn?
No, my face is a little red. I noticed it earlier, but I didn't get too much sun. Luckily, we've got a tree that shades the pool for a good portion of the day, so it's not like baking in the sun all the time.
Yeah, I know you got some stuff upcoming with that wrestling organization. So if you want to talk about that,
Yeah, I got my first interview. Trying to just get their talent as out there and as recognized as possible. Because in the wrestling organization, unless you like go physically try out for WWE, it's not hard to get noticed, but it is hard to get noticed. So just me using my platform to interview them and having just more sets of eyes on their talent and their wrestlers is really what the name of the game is here. And I did my first one, got it edited and uploaded, got a bunch of positive reviews. Everybody liked it. We're going to try a little bit of a different format with the next one I do. I got to talk to probably their best talent, their best wrestler, Cool J, Cowboy Cool J. Super awesome guy. He's the head trainer there at the ALW, American Lucha Wrestling, at the Lucha Dome in Burlington, North Carolina. Chatted with him for a few minutes before we got to talking. He's just an absolutely fantastic guy. And they had an event last night, and the match that he was involved in with a guy named Tyler X is undoubtedly one of the best matches I've ever seen live. And both guys really put it out there, and they both just showed that you don't have to watch WWE, or you don't have to pay WWE prices to get a glimpse of some really great talent that isn't on TV all the time. And that's part of what I'm working with them to do, is just bring more recognition to them. So I'm excited about it. Really looking forward to it, getting a chance to flex my editing skills. I got the interview I did Tuesday. I actually had the video edited and had the clips sent out to make sure everybody was happy with it by the time I went to bed Tuesday night. So I was rather impressed with myself on that one.
so you got interviews coming up this week with one of their wrestlers.
Yeah, I think the plan is to interview one a week and try to get them uploaded. My goal is to keep all of the interviews with under 30 minutes, because in the online content world, 30 minutes is a good time, and just really get a glimpse into who they are as professional wrestling, why they do what they do, how they got started, who their biggest influences are, just that sort of thing. And just so people can really get an understanding of them as the wrestler, if that makes any sense. And so hopefully we can do one a week. And my goal is to have them edited and uploaded by Friday, or on Fridays. And I give them the raw link. I give the wrestlers the raw link to do what they want to with, and give them full range to post it wherever they want to and how they want to and how they see fit, as well as posting it to Chasing the Graph on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and just get that extra set of eyes on them.
Yeah, didn't Chance wrestle for them?
Yeah. I actually was talking to him, I guess a couple of days ago, and just kind of see if he had any thoughts about coming back to the AOW and wrestling with American Lucha Wrestling. And he said, yeah, he would definitely be open to it. So hopefully we can coerce him into getting back there. And it'd be cool to meet him in person after we did our interview with him. It'd be cool to meet him in person.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man. I've not met him, but I've watched him live wrestle, and he's a hell of a wrestler.
Yeah, I've watched a bunch of his clips on YouTube, and I'd rather see it in person.
Did you watch his match with Abyss?
Yeah, I did. That was insane.
Yeah, man, that's definitely the one that I suggest people to watch, man. He has a lot of great matches, but man, that match right there is a hell of a match.
Yeah, it's definitely one where they both leave it all out there and they both give it their all for sure. It was wild.
Yeah, and definitely better than WWE. Yeah, man. So, do you got any plans for your Patreon and stuff?
It hasn't taken off. I've promoted it and advertised it, and people want to know that when they subscribe to Patreon, they're getting something that nobody else is getting, and they're not going to just, you know, they're not going to just pay for content that's being posted on social media for free. So, with the way mine's set up, that's the way it's going down anyway, because I have different tiers. Since I've got like just a few shy 1,500 followers on Twitter now, and like 1,200 on Facebook, and I'm giving people the chance to advertise with me for like $9 a month. And with that kind of stuff, people want to know that they're obviously, their brand and their content's getting pushed as well as they're going to be getting something on the back end of it nobody else gets. So with the way mine's set up, it's kind of getting hard to get off the ground.
Yeah, I got a few subscribers, but nothing like big or anything. But I appreciate everybody that has subscribed to me on Patreon. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, because I think that says a lot about you and what you do, that people are willing to literally invest in, whether it be $1, $60, or $5,000. I mean, they're investing in you. So yeah, it says a lot.
Yeah. And I got an interview with Joe again Tuesday, which I'm very excited for. And I just want to give a shout out to Joe for doing the interview with me Tuesday, man, because he didn't have to do it. And the fact that just shows how great of a guy he is that he's doing an interview with me again Tuesday.
Do you have any topics planned, or?
Uh, Definitely talk about dual survival for sure, and his upcoming classes and stuff for sure.
Nice. Are you gonna bring up Cody at all, or are you gonna leave that subject alone?
Definitely leave that alone.
Yeah, I think there's another gentleman's name that should probably be left out as well.
And I got an interview also next week with a rapper that I'm very excited about as well. I don't know what day it is, so I'm not gonna announce who he is. But he's a pretty big rapper, pretty big country rapper, and I'm pretty excited for that. He's a heck of a guy.
Nice, nice. I guess what's his reach like on social media?
He's pretty big.
Noise. That's always in the thing about interviewing people with a big following is just, you always hope they post it. You always hope they post the interview.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kentucky Music Mafia. They shared my interview with him, and shout out to West Ship. He shared it as well, and also did Dustin Collins, man. Dustin Collins shared it as well. That just shows how good of guys they are.
Yeah, that says a lot about um, them if they run their own social media, because I know a lot of famous people don't. So if they run their own social media, I think that says a lot about them too. They don't have some non-authentic person sending out their tweets and Facebook posts.
Oh yeah, they run theirs for sure.
That's always a good thing, because I know when I interviewed Ed Asner, I got his business manager, and I went through them. So, but I know he's up there in age, so it's probably better that he has somebody run his social media for him.
Yeah, if you want to go in detail how exactly you got the interview, because that is impressive, man. He's an absolute legend.
Yeah, basically, I had a sponsored ad because he does a lot of stuff with, I think it's autism awareness, because I can't remember. I think it's his nephew or somebody that has autism, so or some type of uh, um, health disorder. And so I had a sponsored ad come up on my Facebook, and I was like, anytime I go to somebody's page, I always look at how many followers they have. That's a kind of a good indication of if you'll get an interview or not, or if they'll even respond to you or not. And I was expecting him to have like 500, 600,000 followers on Facebook. And when I clicked on his Facebook, it was only like 7,000. And I was like, there's no way Ed Asner only has 7,000 followers on Facebook. So I sent a message and I got a response back. Hey, send an email with all the information of this email, and we'll review it and see if it's a good fit or not. And I sent the email, and within like 24 hours, I got an email back saying, yeah, that sounds good. We'll do it. And we scheduled a date and time, and probably the biggest name I've ever interviewed. Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know. Mike Goldberg is up there too.
Yeah, I was a lot of these messages I send out are a lot of you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I had last year I sent a Facebook message to Josh Prey. He's a comedian and like a Facebook comedian, I guess. And he has like 1.2 million followers on Facebook. And I sent the message, and the next day I got a response back and was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And I was like, oh God, I was about to shit myself. And we set up a date and time. That date and time came. I didn't hear from him, when I was like, cool, he's busy, whatever. Because I don't ever really schedule anything. I try not to be like, I'm interviewing Josh Prey on Monday at 8 p.m., that kind of thing, because it's fell through so many times. And so like 2 hours later, he messaged me and was like, hey man, sorry, I got caught up. Give me a few minutes and we'll knock it out. And I was like, yeah, man, do your thing, take your time. Never heard back from him. And I'm certainly not going to chase somebody down. Like, if you agree to do an interview with me and we go as far and set up a date and time, I'm not going to chase you. If you don't email me or message back, that's whatever. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, you know. And I mean, dude's got 1.2 million followers on Facebook. I'm not even a drop in the bucket to him. And so he's not losing anything. I don't feel like I'm losing anything. So, and if people leave me on read, I'm not going to message them back like 6 months later and say, hey, you know, I wanted to circle back and see if this was still a possibility. I'm definitely not going to chase anybody. That's for sure.
But you only chase the guy.
You got that right.
that was a bad joke.
Yeah, I only chase autographs. I don't chase interviews.
Yeah, that was a bad joke.
No, it wasn't a bad joke. I thought it was
good. But yeah, man, speaking of that, you got a hell of a collection of autographs.
Yeah, it only took me like 11 years to get it.
Yeah. Who's your favorite? I know you got a lot of singers and a lot of celebrities autographs, but who's your favorite singer that you have?
Probably without a doubt. Most people don't even know who he is. His name's Corey Smith. He's a singer based out of Georgia, and about 11 years ago, I got turned on to his music, and even to this day, I listen to his music. And a few years back, he was doing a concert at UNCG, University of North Carolina, Greensboro, and my wife was going to school there at the time. And so she was like, oh my God, you'll never guess who's playing for free here tonight. And I was like, who? And she said, Corey Smith. And I literally was at work and went to my manager and was like, I'm not asking you if I can leave early. I was like, I'm telling you I'm leaving early. I was like, something came up and I've got to go do it. And he was like, cool. So we got our bellies were touching the stage and we got to see Corey Smith. And then a few years ago, I found a email to the label that he was signed to at the time, and I sent an email, just literally, Hail Mary, hey, big fan of Corey Smith. My address is this, that, and the other. If I could get an autograph, that would be fantastic. And about 2 months later, I got the autograph in the mail, and it's pretty cool to have his autograph, considering I've been listening to his music for probably 11 or 12 years now. And he had one song that made it to the radio, but it really didn't take off, and it was only on the radio, from what I heard, for maybe like 6 months, and then I've never heard his stuff on the radio after that. But it's still cool to have somebody's autograph of music you've listened to for, God, probably 12 years now.
Yeah, have you tried to get an interview with him, or?
I think I reached out to him once I first started chasing the graph, and I want to say I sent something to the Facebook page and something to that same email, and just never got a response back. So
Yeah, it might not be an active email now. You never know.
yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, man. I tell you, there's about
Autograph the other day, didn't you?
Oh yeah, Tom McDonald. Yeah, man. It was I bought it offline.
Nothing wrong with that.
From his shop. Yeah, man. It was the last day he was doing autographs, selling it, album autographs on there.
There you go. That's what I did with Chris Kell, the bassist for Five Finger Death Punch. He was doing a special on his site where if you bought anything off of his website, then he would sign it and send it to you, shirt, can, koozie, sticker, or whatever. So I bought a sticker off of there, and I think it was like $12 shipped for his autograph, basically. So that was a no-brainer.
Oh yeah, man. I don't blame you. That's definitely a steal.
Yeah. I used to like Five Finger Death Punch a lot, and now I'm just like, they're okay.
But yeah, man. Speaking of like trying to get interviews and stuff, I don't think people realize how hard it is to get an interview with somebody, especially a celebrity. There's about a 1% chance it works. It works about 1% of the time.
Absolutely, and it's so funny that you say that, because I've interviewed people like we were saying, like Mike Goldberg, Ed Asner, who's probably another somewhat of a bigger name, Kevin Eastman. He was literally the creator of the Ninja Turtles comic book, and I've interviewed those three people, but I can't even get an interview with a guy who's a walk-on basketball player for the University of North Carolina who graduated like 8 years ago. And it's just wild. It's just wild how, I don't know if it's their attitude or their personality or what, but like, I mean, look at, like you were saying earlier, look at Joe. He'll do an interview with anybody and everybody and give anybody the time of day. And this guy that played basketball at a university and that only fans of that university would know his name will leave you on read. It's just wild.
I could probably beat him one-on-one.
I mean, yeah. And it's just like, I'm sure that like maybe he's like, oh, I don't do basketball anymore. Or he's like, I don't play basketball anymore, so I don't really consider myself famous. But at least message me back and be like, nah, dude, that sounds stupid as shit or something.
Oh, did he leave you on red?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's I'm not gonna say any names, but there's like a former ESPN guy that works for another TV station. I'm not gonna say the name of it either, but he has like millions of likes on Facebook and millions of followers on Twitter and stuff. And I got left on red. Honestly, I'm surprised he even looked at it.
Yeah, and a lot of times what I think that comes down to is they have somebody else running their social media and they read it and they're like, nope, and then just don't ever say anything about it.
It was definitely, I just did it just to say, just go for it. I was like,
oh yeah, definitely. And definitely you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I mean, shoot your shot, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, that's how I landed Ed Asner and Mike Goldberg. Basically, I was like, full send, when I hit that message or when I hit that send button, and it worked out.
So you would say both of our most viewed our interview on YouTube is definitely our Joe interview, and my Joe interview is my most viewed, and yours is Joe as well, right?
Yeah. The oh God, that one on from mine has got close to 600, and then there's another video I have that's creeping up on 400. But I mean, that's the two biggest ones I have. I can't even remember who the 400 is.
Yeah. When I interviewed Joe, it got like 1,000 views in a day, man. I was like, y'all. it was definitely I thought I would get maybe 2,000 views overall. Never thought I'd get 8.3 thousand views. Definitely want to give a shout out to Joe.
Yeah, definitely. That's huge for sure.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it happened, but I'm thankful it happened because I got about 50 subscribers from that one video.
Hell yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I think the bad thing is though that the other 50 subscribers that I got from that video don't watch the rest of my interview.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely the case. I had when I first started my YouTube channel, I'd look and I'd have like 36 subscribers, and I'd look like 4 days later and I'd have 30, and then like a week later I'd look and I'd have like 45, and then like a day later I'd look and I'd have like 41. YouTube's a wild place. It's a different breed than Facebook or Twitter. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Like you said, you got 1,500 likes on Facebook, right? And 1,500 followers on Twitter.
Twitter is at 1480 or 81, and Facebook's just shy of 1,200. I was just telling my wife today, for whatever reason, on Twitter, I'll get 4, 5, 10 followers a day, but over on Facebook, I'll get like 2 a week, maybe 3. It's just, and the thing I like the most about Twitter is when you post something, it's almost instantly seen, as to where on Facebook, if I post something, it might not show up on somebody's feed for like 2 hours. Or I have people liking a post from like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, just the way the posts work and the feeds work. It's hard.
Yeah, for sure, man. Facebook will get about 1 or 2 likes a week, like you said. But now the Line Before podcast has been, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been getting like 5 to 10 likes a week here lately.
Yeah, it's up to like 70, isn't it? Somewhere around 70, 75.
I haven't looked. I've been on a mini vacation this week.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah. I post from it every now and then, that hobby show I do, I post every now and then from it, but I haven't really
looked at it
too much.
Yeah, I don't really look at my other Facebook page as well, like the Seth's Daily Podcast. I don't really look at it too much. I'm not even sure. Once it reached over 100, I never really have checked on it. I just post interviews on there.
Yeah, that's understandable because it's hard to come up with creative content, so to speak, something that people engage with and not just scroll right by and then you spent time typing out a post for no reason.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing basketball videos, and they get a lot of views on YouTube. I expect that to get thousands of views.
Yeah, that'll be super huge.
Yeah, dude, because I want to stay tight on basketball. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying what happened. I was good at basketball at one time. Not saying I'm good now because I'm out of shape and because of COVID, everything was shut down and I've not played in a year and a half.
Yeah, COVID shut everything down. Everything.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm still good, but I was good at one time in high school. Not now probably, but I could probably still beat that walk on from North Carolina.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure. Probably. He it's so funny because he played church league basketball around here after he graduated for a little while, and his team would have like their final score would be like 63, and he would have like 47 points.
Well, maybe I couldn't be. Is he tall?
Yeah, church league basketball is just a bunch of old people who think they're still young and don't want to give up and don't want to give in to the fact that they're getting old.
Yeah. I've never played in church league before, to be honest with you.
Church league anything is worse than like Division One's men's softball, who literally have like minor league baseball players for them, is nowhere near as bad as church league softball. Like I've seen people get kicked out and banned from church league basketball games.
And then the pastor will say that's not the Christian way.
Yeah, yeah. And most of the league teams anyway, they'll have a couple of guys that don't go to church with them or don't go to church there that plays for them. Ask me how I know.
How do you know, man?
We had quite a few when I played church league softball. We had quite a few guys that did not go to church with us. Had a few ringers in there.
I'm not gonna say any names, but when I played in the Christian league, funny enough, I played at a Christian school for 4 years, which is I know probably hard to believe. But yeah, we won a Christian state title in Kentucky. And anyways, but I've heard some coaches of Christian schools and stuff that is like principals at the schools and stuff like cuss at referees and stuff.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt that at all. If you're the least bit competitive and you're a coach or in the the athletic scene, if you get heated enough, you'll let it fly for sure.
But at some schools, I'm not gonna say any names of schools, but they was Pentecostal schools, Christian schools. But they would make us like if you played at their gym, you would have to wear pants, man. But their coach would yell at the referee.
Yeah, man, that's wild. That's wild. Most
Yeah,
of
man.
the couple of church teams I played for during the games and stuff, and the pastor was nowhere to be found. It was just like, I'm putting you in charge of the basketball team. Handle it. I'm done.
Well, he was tired of the responsibilities.
Yeah, yeah. And then most of the time, the pastor wouldn't even show up to the games to cheer or support or anything like that.
That's weird, man. That's
Yeah.
definitely weird. I will have to say that the pastors and because the pastors in the Christian school mostly was principals and stuff, and they would always show up to basketball games. I'll give them that.
That's good. That's good. The one church league I play or the one church team I played for, the pastor's son was in charge of it, and the pastor still never showed up.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah, that was a whole lot of not his problem.
So tell us about the upcoming interviews you got this week and what day to expect it on your YouTube.
Yeah, I've got I'm not sure the wrestler thing that I'll be interviewing. Gonna do it on Tuesday, and it'll be uploaded on Friday or before. And I'll try to give everybody at least like 8 to 12 hours. Try to hype it up a little bit. At least like 8 o'clock in the morning, be like, yo, 7 o'clock tonight, it's going down. And we're gonna because the first one I did, I'm not in the camera in the frame at all. I'm asking the questions and then just editing out me and my voice, literally asking the questions. And I got a lot of feedback last night at the event they had that a lot of people were like, "Oh, we want to see you on camera asking the questions." So we're gonna try it like talk show host style, me sitting beside of them or across from them, asking questions, and that way people know what the questions are, and the answers coming from the wrestlers will be a little bit more well received, I guess. So we're gonna try that this time, get the flex my editing muscles. So hopefully we'll have it up by Friday at the latest.
Yeah. And I interview Joe Tuesday, and I interview a big. This is interesting. I interview a Bigfoot researcher Thursday, and then Wednesday I interview a band. A band, yeah. But yeah, I interview an actual Bigfoot researcher. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested in that one because to me, uh, Bigfoot hunters are like looking for a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting interview, man. But I don't know if Bigfoot's real or not, but yeah, you never know, man. They might have the evidence.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely find myself leaning more towards the it's BS side, but like you said, who knows?
Yeah, that's just like the UFOs and aliens and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think Bigfoot is real. I don't know the aliens are real, but I can tell you right now, wrestling is real.
Wrestling is real. Yeah. Yeah, man. If you wanna see if they're down, like that wrestling organization that you work with or working with right now, if you want to see if they're down, we can get one of their wrestlers on this Sunday coming up if you want to, if they're down.
Yeah, I'll talk to the couple of guys that I'm in touch with and see how they feel about it because I'm trying to feel my way because I don't want to overstep any boundaries with
Yeah.
them. That them think I'm coming in trying to fully take over like promotion or something like that, which I'm not trying to do. So if I get the right kind of vibe from them, I'll bring it up for sure.
All right, you can tell them that. You can also tell them about my interview that has 8K views. That I don't know why, but every time I'm about to interview somebody, they always say, "I watched your interview with Joe."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good thing. That's a
Yeah,
good thing.
yeah, man. I definitely am thankful for that interview. Like I said, I've had people come up to me at stores and say, "Seth," I'm like, "What? I don't even know you." And then they're like,
Yeah.
"You interviewed Joe?" I was like, "Yeah." It's definitely
Oh
weird.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Have
That's a
you?
good thing, though.
Oh yeah, I got one last thing to talk. Have you ever had somebody come up to you and say, "Hey, you're the guy that interviewed Ed Ashton"?
No, I've never had anybody do that, and in a way, I'm thankful for it because I don't like people. No, I try not to be in public more than I have to be. But then again, at the same time, it's like, man, I put so much damn time and work into all this. It'd be nice for somebody to be like, hey, you're that annoying guy that talks to those famous people about stuff no one cares about. And I'd be like, yeah, that's me.
But yeah, man, this has been the Line Before podcast. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. Chasing the Grass Facebook and YouTube will be in the description. You guys have a good night, and you should definitely subscribe and like his page. And yeah, you guys have a good night, and God bless.